NASA discovered something terrifying about your bedroom air, but these 20 plants can literally save your life while you dream. You're probably sleeping on 8 hours of polluted air every night without even knowing it. While you're dreaming away, invisible chemicals from your furniture, paint, and cleaning products are floating around your bedroom like unwelcome guests at a party. The weirdest part? Most people obsess over organic food and filtered water, then breathe contaminated air for a third of their lives. Indoor air pollution isn't just some made-up health trend. Your couch releases formaldehyde. That fresh paint smell? It's actually volatile organic compounds messing with your system. Even your favorite scented candles are pumping out chemicals while you sleep. Makes sense why you sometimes wake up feeling groggy despite getting plenty of hours, right? Here's where things get interesting. Back in the 1980s, NASA wasn't just shooting rockets into space. They were trying to figure out how astronauts could breathe clean air in sealed space stations. Their solution wasn't some high-tech gadget that cost thousands of dollars. It was plants. Regular houseplants that you can buy at any garden center. The NASA Clean Air study discovered something remarkable. Certain plants don't just sit there looking pretty. They actually work like living air filters, sucking up harmful chemicals and spitting out fresh oxygen. We're talking about measurable improvements in air quality, not some feel-good nonsense. But why does this matter for your sleep? Well, when you're breathing cleaner air at night, your body doesn't have to work as hard to process toxins. Your respiratory system can relax. Your brain gets better oxygen flow. You wake up more refreshed instead of feeling like you got hit by a truck. Then there's the oxygen factor. Most plants release oxygen during the day and carbon dioxide at night, following their natural photosynthesis cycle. But some rebel plants break this rule completely. They keep pumping out oxygen even when the sun goes down, essentially giving you a personal oxygen bar while you sleep. The chemical removal process is pretty fascinating too. Plants don't just mask bad smells like those plug-in air fresheners. They actually absorb substances like benzene from plastics, formaldehyde from furniture, and trichloroethylene from dry cleaning. It's like having a tiny chemical processing plant sitting quietly on your nightstand. Let's not forget that better air quality affects more than just how you feel in the morning. Poor indoor air has been linked to headaches, allergies, and even difficulty concentrating during the day. When you clean up your sleeping environment, you're essentially upgrading your entire daily performance. The beauty of using plants for air purification is that they work continuously. Unlike air purifiers that need filters and electricity, plants operate on autopilot. They're filtering your air 24/7, removing toxins you can't see, smell, or taste. And the weird part is, you don't need to turn your bedroom into a jungle to see results. Just a few strategically chosen plants can make a noticeable difference in your air quality and sleep experience. The key is knowing which plants actually deliver on their air cleaning promises, especially during those crucial nighttime hours when you need the cleanest air possible. Now that you know why bedroom air quality matters, let's meet the real MVPs of nighttime air cleaning. These aren't your grandmother's decorative plants gathering dust in the corner. We're talking about botanical workhorses that punch way above their weight class. Snake plants are basically the superheroes of the plant world. While most plants call it quits when the sun goes down, snake plants keep working the night shift. They flip the script on typical plant behavior by releasing oxygen when you're actually trying to sleep. Pretty convenient timing, right? Their thick, sword-like leaves store up energy during the day, then pump out fresh oxygen all night long. It's like having a personal air factory running silently beside your bed. But here's where things get interesting. Aloe vera pulls the same nighttime oxygen trick, but it's also your burn remedy and skincare treatment rolled into one. Talk about multitasking. NASA researchers discovered that this spiky little miracle worker doesn't just sit there looking pretty, it actively scrubs formaldehyde from your air while you're catching Z's. Then there's the peace lily, which sounds gentle but fights dirty against air pollutants. This elegant plant with its white flowers doesn't mess around. NASA's Clean Air study found it can boost indoor air quality by a whopping 60%. That's like upgrading from dial-up internet to fiber optic, but for your lungs. The peace lily specializes in neutralizing the nasty stuff floating around from cleaning products and synthetic materials. Golden pothos deserves serious respect for tackling some truly scary chemicals. This trailing vine with heart-shaped leaves goes after benzene, formaldehyde, and carbon monoxide like it's personal. You know that new furniture smell? That's often formaldehyde off-gassing, and golden pothos treats it like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Spider plants might look delicate with their thin, arching leaves, but they're actually chemical-crushing machines. They specialize in filtering formaldehyde and have this weird ability to absorb carbon monoxide, that invisible gas that can literally kill you. Makes sense why NASA put them on their list of top air purifiers. Well, if you thought that was impressive, wait until you hear about English ivy. This climbing plant doesn't just look fancy covering walls in old movies. Scientists found it can actually reduce airborne mold particles by up to 94% in just 12 hours. That's particularly huge for people dealing with allergies or respiratory issues. The ivy basically acts like a living air filter, trapping mold spores and some bacteria before they reach your lungs. And the weird part is, most people walk right past these plants at the garden center without realizing they're missing out on nature's most effective air purification system. These green machines work around the clock, asking for nothing more than a little water and some indirect light. But these 5 plants are just the beginning of what's possible when you start thinking strategically about indoor air cleaning. Some plants can handle even bigger challenges and stranger toxins than you might expect. You know those houseplants that sit quietly in corners, looking pretty but seemingly useless? Well, some of them are secret air cleaning superstars hiding in plain sight. The Areca palm might look like just another leafy decoration, but this green giant tackles carbon monoxide like a champ. And here's the kicker, it's completely safe if your cat decides to take a nibble. Most air purifying plants come with a warning label for pet owners, but not this one. Then there's the Boston fern, which doesn't mess around when it comes to cigarette smoke residue. Even if you don't smoke, your home probably carries traces of tobacco toxins from previous residents or visitors. This feathery plant chomps through those nasty leftovers while also filtering chemicals from everyday cleaning products. Makes sense why Victorian homes always had ferns hanging around, right? But wait, the bamboo palm takes things to another level entirely. This beast can grow up to 12 feet tall, turning your bedroom into a toxin-fighting forest. Big rooms need big solutions, and this palm delivers. It's like having a living air purifier that never needs a filter change. The taller it grows, the more air it processes. Smart investment, if you ask me. Well, here's where things get weird. The weeping fig specifically targets chemicals from nail polish, adhesives, and stain removers. How does a plant know to focus on such random household items? Scientists aren't entirely sure, but this tree seems to have a nose for the exact toxins hiding in your medicine cabinet and garage. It's like nature's version of a specialized cleanup crew. And the weird part is how chrysanthemums work their magic. These colorful flowers need bright sunlight to activate their air cleaning superpowers, but once they get going, they demolish paint-related toxins like nobody's business. Fresh paint smell making you dizzy? Drop a few mums near the window and watch them work. They're basically solar-powered detox machines. Let's not forget that these plants don't just clean air. They're living proof that nature designs better solutions than most gadgets. The Areca palm processes more carbon monoxide in a day than some mechanical air purifiers handle in a week. Boston ferns have been perfecting their toxin removal game for millions of years. Your smartphone is impressive, but can it turn poison into oxygen while looking gorgeous? But why do these particular plants excel at air purification while others just sit there looking pretty? Each species evolved in environments where filtering specific toxins meant survival. The weeping fig developed in areas with natural chemical deposits. Bamboo palms grew in regions with heavy organic matter breakdown. They're not accidentally good at this job, they're specialists. The chrysanthemum brings up an interesting point about timing, though. Some plants work best during specific conditions, while others need particular care to unlock their full potential. Knowing which plants require what kind of attention makes the difference between having living decorations and having an actual air cleaning system that transforms your sleep environment. You know what's funny about houseplants? Most people think they're high-maintenance divas that demand constant attention. Wrong. The best air-purifying plants are actually the lazy gardener's dream. They thrive on neglect and still clean your air while you sleep. Take the ZZ plant. This green machine is basically indestructible. It filters out benzene and toluene, two nasty chemicals lurking in your home from paint and cleaning products. The weird part? It actually prefers dim light. Bright rooms stress it out. Stick one in your bedroom corner and forget about it for weeks. It'll keep working while you're dreaming, pulling toxins from the air without any fuss. golden pothos is another champion of the set it and forget it philosophy. This trailing beauty removes formaldehyde, benzene, and carbon monoxide, serious stuff that can mess with your sleep quality. The care routine? Water it when the soil feels dry. That's literally it. Miss a watering session? No problem. It'll bounce back like nothing happened. Spider plants take low maintenance to the extreme. You could practically abandon one for a month and find it still cheerfully filtering formaldehyde from your bedroom air. These tough little fighters produce baby plants on their own, so you get free air purifiers without lifting a finger. They're like the gift that keeps on giving, except the gift is cleaner breathing while you sleep. Then there's Dracaena, which sounds fancy but acts simple. It zaps household chemicals like xylene. That's the stuff that comes from markers, paint thinners, and rubber cement. You know, all those random chemical smells that somehow end up in your house? Dracaena needs only moderate light and occasional water. Think college dorm room easy, not botanical garden complicated. But here's where it gets interesting. Peace lilies actually talk to you. Well, not literally, that would be creepy. When they need water, they droop dramatically like they're auditioning for a soap opera. No guessing games, no plant care apps, no moisture meters. Droopy leaves mean water time. Perky leaves mean you're good. Meanwhile, it's busy removing ammonia, benzene, and formaldehyde from your sleeping space. Let's not forget the beauty of this whole setup. These plants don't demand special fertilizers, fancy pots, or perfect temperatures. They work with regular potting soil, basic containers, and whatever light your bedroom provides. Makes sense, right? Nature designed them to survive, not to stress you out. The real magic happens when you stop overthinking plant care. Water when dry, place near a window, and let them do their thing. While you're worrying about whether you're a good plant parent, they're quietly scrubbing chemicals from your air every single night. And the weird part is, the less you fuss over them, the better they perform. It's like they reward neglect with cleaner air. But once you've got these easy care champions working in your bedroom, you'll want to think bigger about your nighttime air garden. You know what's funny about most people? They buy one plant and expect it to magically fix all their air problems. That's like expecting one friend to meet all your social needs, ambitious, but not realistic. The real magic happens when you create what I call a tag team approach. Mix plants with different strengths, and suddenly your bedroom becomes an air-cleaning powerhouse. Snake plants pump out oxygen all night while your peace lily tackles formaldehyde from that new mattress. Meanwhile, your spider plant is busy filtering carbon monoxide. Each plant has its specialty, so why not let them work together? Here's where placement gets interesting. Those oxygen-releasing plants, put them as close to your bed as possible. Think bedside table, dresser nearby, or even hanging planters if you're feeling fancy. You want that fresh oxygen flowing right where you're breathing for 8 hours straight. But here's a strategy most people miss: rotation. Let's say you've got 3 easy care golden pothos plants. Instead of cramming them all in your bedroom, spread them around. 1 week in the bedroom, next week in the living room, 3rd week in the kitchen. Fresh air everywhere, and the plants get different light conditions. Win-win. Then there's the watering situation. And boy, do people mess this up. More plants die from too much love than neglect. Overwatering creates damp soil, which breeds mold, exactly what you're trying to avoid. Most of these air-purifying champions actually prefer being slightly thirsty. The ZZ plant practically thrives on neglect, and spider plants will forgive you for forgetting them for weeks. And the weird part is, checking soil moisture is easier than people think. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil, dry, water it. Still moist? Leave it alone. Your peace lily will literally droop when it's thirsty, like a dramatic friend asking for attention. Now, if you share your space with pets, this part's crucial. Some of the best air purifiers are toxic to cats and dogs. English ivy might clean your air beautifully, but it'll make your cat sick. Stick with pet-safe options like spider plants, Boston ferns, and areca palms. Your furry friends will thank you. Let's not forget about room size either. One small pothos isn't going to clean the air in a massive master bedroom. You need enough plant power to match your space. A good rule? 1 medium-sized plant per 100 square feet, or several smaller ones spread around. The beauty of building this system gradually is that you learn as you go. Start with 2 or 3 bulletproof varieties like snake plants and spider plants. Get comfortable caring for them. Then add more challenging ones like peace lilies or Boston ferns. Well, here's what makes this whole approach brilliant. You're not just improving your sleep quality. You're creating a living, breathing ecosystem that works around the clock. While you're dreaming, your green team is busy scrubbing chemicals from your air, pumping out fresh oxygen, and setting you up for better mornings.